Welcome to episode 2 of Hermetic Health. I am your Trippy, Trip C, Cychadelic, Cychopomp, Tehuti, Hermes, Trismegistus, aka Quetzalcoatl, Callaway, and you are tapping into the root of the CymaTree so you can tune in to the mind of Mercury. As you can clearly see, you're not actually watching the second episode of Hermetic Health. You cannot watch the second episode of Hermetic Health on this platform. If you want to watch the second episode of Hermetic Health, then do follow me on rumble.com and dailymotion.com. These are the two platforms where I can post my content without having to censor the truth. Because do you know, YouTube has been cutting me down. They've been suppressing me. I lost my account permanently for a bit. That was very scary. And they didn't even have to strike me for a reason. They just took it away. So that shows me how these Masons feel about us. They're using us as slaves. That shows me that the men who make money manipulating our emotions, they don't respect our time. That's the point of slavery. The whole point of slavery is that the people who are using your time to make money for themselves do not respect you as a person. So the moment you're not serving their desires, they're going to cut you down and lie about your history so they can appear like good Masons, good men. And that's the entire history of Marvel. That's the entire Holy Bible. And that's the entire history of how Marvel and the Holy Bible have been used to steal all this land from indigenous peoples. So these Masons are using meta platforms to cut down Metatron because they don't like that I actually share the very basic truth of history. That's all. I'm just speaking the basic truth about history, the truth about why we're speaking English. That's what I care about. The actual basic truth behind the history as to why we are speaking English. Why am I, as an indigenous Native American man, speaking English when I did not choose to, when this is not my language? So we can't deny the fact that colonialism has had a global impact on all the cultures that have been assimilated into this Masonic, Jewish, Christian, New World Order culture. That's objectively the only reason why Englishmen were obsessed with forcing my ancestors to speak English, because Masons are assimilating all of our indigenous cultures into the American culture. And this is how the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, they get to cannibalize and consume all the children of Kukulkan. They get to consume all the creativity of the indigenous cultures so that they can put on our costumes and be seen as us. And this is explicitly why the first movie that Hollywood ever released was Birth of a Nation, aka The Klansman. So that's literally the US government using the police in Hollywood to show all of us that the KKK owns Hollywood. The KKK owns the law. The KKK owns the justice system. The KKK owns the medical system. The KKK is killing kids kindly through all these layers of the government where they're actively weaponizing all of Metatron's past lives to teach us that we only live once. And when they put us in this state of fear of making us feel like we only live once, they can control our emotions for infinity and beyond. And people are willing to do whatever it takes for money because they don't have a greater aspect of their relationship with God. So I'm getting cut down because my relationship with God is leading me to speak like this. And I hate it. I hate being here. But God needs me here. I was called away from my space to communicate in the way that I am now, I guess. Based on everything I've gone through in my life, I'm supposed to be here now creating this content that I'm creating. It's just it's very hard dealing with Masons. It's very hard dealing with the men that stole everything from Mercury so that they can suppress Mercury. I'm really forced to live out my Spider-Man energy here. But just got to keep going. All right, just got to keep going because I love my family way more than the internet. I love my family way more than any idea about what money is. I love trees way more than money. I'm actually a Native American. I'm actually an indigenous man. I love nature more than money. I actually find it insulting in any way, shape, or form that you think you could use your fake ass money to put a value on nature. When Metatron created math, it wasn't so Masons could make money. It was so Metatron could communicate with all of us about how our minds manipulate the material that make our muscles move. That's what you learn when you get into creative calisthenics, when you get into my course, Elemental Elegance, when you learn how to master your Merkaba and decolonize your mind. That's everything we're talking about here. Your actual ability for your mind to create this mental mathematic algorithm that allows you to manifest the genes of your dreams. And that's the point of chaseyourgenes.com being a play on chase your dreams. You chasing your dreams led to you being here. Literally. Spiritually, in the spirit realm, you chasing your dreams led to you being born into these genes. So now you're using these genes, these gene edicts, like a pair of genes. Literally, this pair of genes, this pair of mathematic code, you're using it to wear your air. So your wear is your earth, your air is your mind, right? So we can see that, I mean, you can't see, but I'm drawing attention to it. This body is a genetic code, like a costume of connections that my air is wearing to share how it thinks about God with you. So you would never be able to see, think, or connect with my relationship with God if I was not using my personal caduceus of Hermes Trismegistus to conduct chi throughout my cells, to spin my chakras, and walk on water by fasting over 200 days these past 3 years. So fasting is all about raising your vibration and healing your body from the inside out. The only reason this Masonic system has taught us that we need to eat every day and that we only live once, that we're going to die if we don't eat every day, yet at the same time people worship the idea of Jesus fasting 40 days to talk to God directly. It's explicitly because clearly this matrix, the Masons that are poisoning the environment, that are shooting us up with chemicals, that are poisoning our food and poisoning the air and poisoning the land, they don't want us to be healthy because the banks would not be able to make money giving us bills. Objectively, I'm right. I'm just bringing it down to super hard earth because I know everyone's lost in money. But this is how Masons use money to manipulate our emotions. They poison the environment and then teach us that we need a system that is actually making us sicker. And the more we support the system that's making us sicker, the more we have our time stolen from us, the more we get stressed out over paying the next bill. And we all know that stress causes cancer. So when you get stressed out over paying a bill, that's literally the Masons winning. The Masons are laughing because the more you stress out over paying a bill, you're creating cancer that they're hoping their banks will be able to make money off of. Literally. They know how it's connected. I, as Spider-Man, may be getting cut down on meta platforms because they don't like that I'm saying the basic facts of reality. But that's also how they make money. Cutting down trees. I'm CymaTree. They're cutting down my tree so they can use my flesh to print their new Bibles, to use my truth to sell their lies. The tree is the truth, but the word is the lie. So you can cut down a tree and print any language on it. God is going to show you that the tree was already way more truthful than the fucking made up language that you used after cutting down the tree to then sell your imagination. So that tree already had its own individual imagination that was way more relatable than your fake words. And this is why Masons needed to cut down all the trees they stole from Kukulkan, all the trees they stole from indigenous America to then print their Bibles. That's literally the Masons weaponizing the truths of Mercury to sell the lies of Jehovah. So they know that Metatron's past lives set up this reality and set up the ability for trees to grow. But because Masons want to make money trapping us in the matrix, they cut down all these trees and then print Bibles on them that teach us why we only live once. And that logical lie as to why we only live once is then where Masons make all their money justifying genocide because they worship killing children. Literally. So again, all the Christians in the military, they all feel like they can spread genocide and make money appearing like good people for killing others because they already worship the idea that a child died for their sins. Okay, so, hey, I'm just saying the truth, all right? And if you want to actually get the real unfiltered truth, then, again, follow me on rumble.com, dailymotion.com, and join chaseyourgenes.com so you can tap into the root of the symmetry and tune into the mind of Mercury directly. Peace out. Yeah.